The books I'd recommend, the children's book I'd recommend is Roald Dahl's The Twits, because I think it's the funniest children's book ever written. My favourite novel for grown-ups is probably 1984 by George Orwell. It's an incredibly iconic story about the dystopian future that he predicted, that to a large part we're living in now. And as for favourite non-fiction, there's an incredible book by Gita Sarini called Albert Speer, His Battle with Truth. And Albert Speer was Hitler's architect, and he was the most senior Nazi who wasn't sentenced to death at the Nuremberg trials. It sounds very heavy. But he went to prison for a very long time, but he got out and she interviewed him, and it's about him coming to terms with his crimes. Absolutely fascinating read. A lot of people think that reading for children is important just so they learn to read. But it's so much more than that. I mean, stories are so important for the way we understand the world. You find out about good and bad. Books often deal with very big themes. In my books, which are mainly comedy, I still deal with themes like dementia or bereavement, or feeling different in some way. So I do think there's much more that you can get out of a book than just, oh, I'm getting better at reading. And I think if you don't read as a child, generally you don't read as an adult because you're not in the habit of it. And most parents I speak to who are desperate to get their kids off devices, like the iPhone and iPad and PS5 and all that kind of thing, they are delighted when their child is engrossed in a book and chuckling away and telling them about it, when they stop reading over lunch or something like that, because it's wonderful that they're not on a screen, and it's wonderful they're using their imagination as they're reading along.